Haitian President Jovenel Moïse has been assassinated in his home. Haiti has seen a large amount of upheaval and turmoil recently underneath this prime minister.
Country where you have a humanitarian crisis, you have an armed gang crisis, alarming spikes in kidnapping, you also have an economic crisis. I mean, it has just been an overall country that's volatile.
The AP reports a squad of gunmen assassinated Haitian President Jovenel Moïse and wounded his wife in an overnight raid on their home Wednesday, inflicting more chaos on the Caribbean country that was already enduring gang violence, soaring inflation, and protests of his increasingly authoritarian rule. So pay attention to what's happening here, because this is a precursor, guys. This is the canary in the coal mine. They're dealing with massive protests, soaring inflation, gang violence, and increasing authoritarianness. Guys, I'm working on an episode now about Philadelphia. There's a video a man took of a cemetery in Philadelphia where it's just tons of bodies in raw graves, and it's not from the CV, it's from gang violence. And it turns out there's so much murdering going on in Philadelphia that nobody's even talking about because they all talk about Chicago. And it's the result of the same policies in Philadelphia. The DA, Larry Krasner, in 2018 said he was going to change the justice system in Pennsylvania, reform it, and nobody was going to jail. That's essentially what he did. He made it hard to put people in jail. And now you have videos. You know what? Let me just show you. Videos like this. So Larry Krasner, placed as the district attorney by George Soros several years ago, announced the policy changes in 2018, and now you have this.
That's the reason I'm here today. Most of them I need you to make dua for my little brother here. But this is Philly, man. What y'all got going on here, man? Like, this shit is sickening, man. Like, y'all changing lives, man, like, for generations. Y'all killing mothers, y'all killing sisters, y'all killing brothers, y'all killing sons, y'all killing nephews. For what? About internet beef, about a chick that's whoring out here anyway, about a block that ain't even yours, about money that you're going to get to go spend and give it to somebody. It's not like you want no money out here to save. Y'all niggas want money to spend. That's what y'all doing? That's what y'all doing out here, right? Yo, shit is sickening. This shit is sickening. Talking to the funeral director, he says he get them 2-3 times a day. That's what we doing to our Muslim brothers, huh? We're not protecting each other. I mean, if we ain't protecting each other, you're definitely letting anything happen to them. That's what we doing, huh? I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. Everybody must face death. So you out here push and play, you think you parking shit, putting people through grief about their kids, you'll be here one day also. You know what I'm saying? Just know, when the law asks you about your deeds, your good deeds, that's where to get you to Jannah in paradise. Anything else, be done with. I gotta do better, man. I gotta do a whole lot more better, man. This is sickening. I hate to say that I'm even from Philly, like, you know what I'm saying? Not that it's better anywhere else in any other country or any other state, but I can only worry about where I'm at right now, you know what I'm saying? Make a change one block at a time, one house at a time, one block at a time. This is crazy.
This is also what is happening in Haiti. The Prime Minister, Claude Joseph, who confirmed the killing, said the police and military were in control of security in Haiti. Yeah, right. So you have this immense Clinton connection to Haiti that we all know, Laura Silsby and all of that. Haiti was in the Clinton emails. WikiLeaks is what tipped us all off to how bad Haiti was being manipulated by the cabal. So make no mistake that whatever is happening in Haiti is being orchestrated. Who assassinated this prime minister? And who were the prime minister's real enemies? I'm going to have to make another video and dig into this story a little bit deeper. Right now, I just want to get the information out there that this is happening. But a squad of gunmen who assassinated this man?
The Caribbean correspondent for the Miami Herald says the assassins spoke Spanish and English with an American accent.
One high-ranking official told me that these are quote-unquote mercenaries. We're still trying to figure out who they were, who hired them, what's the motive behind all of this.
That sounds like something with governmental power. Sounds like a use of force by a state. There is confusion there about who should take control, and obviously everything is going wild in Haiti right now. A country that is already a dangerous, crazy country is now in complete and utter upheaval. The authorities have had to declare a, quote, state of siege in the country, and they've closed the international airport. In every news story that's covering it, they're quoting an embassy statement from Haiti that called this a, quote, well-coordinated attack by a highly trained and heavily armed group.
But we do know from different video that we saw that circulated on WhatsApp and different media, there is footage of a group of people, gunmen, who do appear to be heavily armed, who were dressed in military garb. And we did hear and see gunshots being fired on that video. The identities are still, unknown to us at this time.
An unidentified group of individuals, some of whom were speaking in Spanish, attacked the private residence of the President of the Republic and mortally wounded him, Joseph said in a statement. The First Lady was wounded by a bullet and the necessary measures are being taken.
We need a lot more information, but it's very worrisome about the state of Haiti.
So we have some kind of well-coordinated team that has gone in and assassinated this prime minister. It is going to cause immense damage to the country of Haiti, a country that was already struggling, a country that's been used and abused by the cabal in America. It's just not a good look, guys. But I wanted to bring it to you real quick. We're going to keep an eye on it, and I'm going to look into this backstory a little bit and find out who exactly this man made as enemies. And speaking of that, I've actually found a video that I want to include in this episode, so I'm just going to tack it on at the end. It's a little out of place, but using the mercenary aspect of this story, I was able to find an old RT News report about some mercenaries, private military contractors, whatever you want to call them, from the United States that were actually captured in Haiti in 2018, dealing with this same president that was just assassinated by mercenaries. Check this out.
These men were mercenaries. He says they were here to attack part of the executive branch of the government.
You've seen those reports that, due to privacy considerations, we're unable to comment further.
They were apparently going to transfer $80 million out of the Petrocaribe account in Haiti, in the bank, to another account which would be under the control of President Jovenel Moïse. The Petrocaribe account required authorization, if you will, from Moïse, his then Prime Minister, Jean-Henri Séan, and the bank president, Jean-Baden Dubois. So this was apparently their mission. They entered Haiti, many of them without stamping their passport, without going through immigration, without going through customs. They had come in with weapons, which is a violation not just of U.S. law, but of Haitian law. Pressure from the U.S. Embassy had them released in a completely illegal manner.
Are you able now that the piece is released to disclose your source? And if not, why not?
I spent a week in Haiti speaking to Haitian police officials, Justice Department officials, people with any connection who had any knowledge at all of this operation. We can't disclose our source. He requested anonymity, so we have to protect our source.
Well, Kim Ives broke the story for The Intercept online news outlet, but one of the mercenaries, a retired Navy SEAL, disputes that version of events. His name, Chris Osman. He says they were hired to escort a Haiti-American businessman to sign an investment contract and were arrested the day before the planned meeting. In a now-deleted Instagram post, he also claimed the mercenaries were used as pawns in a public fight between the Haitian president and prime minister. Incidentally, the PM was dismissed on Monday. Meantime, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio was in the country on Thursday to discuss how a new government will be formed there. Haiti's new prime minister was appointed the same day. Author of the report, Kim Ives again, says U.S. attempts to influence Haitian politics will spark further outrage in the country.
They added a certain irritant or a certain combustibility to the situation. They really arrived on the last day of the latest spasm of demonstrations. The prime minister, in fact, when he was voted out by the deputies, was in front of the Senate answering for what happened with these mercenaries. So I think, yes, the whole mercenary story has played a role, one from the questions everybody had about it, and now that our story has come out and basically torn off the lid or pulled back the curtain on this story, I think that this is going to create even more outrage and more consternation on the part of the Haitian people.
A footnote to this, the background to it, opposition protesters in Haiti remain angry over skyrocketing inflation and alleged government corruption. They blame that on the current president, who was sworn in February 2017 on a pledge to bring in more jobs and to improve living conditions.
Anyways, guys, love y'all. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to work out my live streaming right now on my laptop so that I can live stream that episode that I was talking to you guys about previously about the congressional hearing on how the federal government can take metadata out of the cloud without a warrant, and how they've been doing it thousands of times a year for years now. It's a very powerful hearing, but I'm going to try to live stream it. I'm working on that now. It may not be today, it might have to be tomorrow, but I'm working on it, and I'll get it to you as soon as I can. I'll make a post and I'll let you guys know what the update is with that. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.